So, hi Stella. So it is, let's see, December 21st, 2021. This is weird time travel because you guys are in February of 2022. So like, tell me lotto numbers or something. But we're here for a very special thing. So I have worked with a company called Bloof Entertainment, and they run what's called the BAM Box. And it's a collectible box. It's every month they send you some stuff, really cool stuff, autographs and signatures and custom art and things. So this is my third time working with them, and I got to do some of the art for the Gamer Box. And right here are all of the prints that I get to autograph. So these are limited edition prints. You can also find them on like the secondary market after the fact. But what's cool is I don't know what the prints look like yet. They're still sealed. We have a variant cover right here, which is going to be different, a little bit more limited edition. And then we have our standard set right here. So I wanted to open and show them to you. So yeah, we're recording this in December. I'm not allowed to talk about it until February, which explains why we had to wait so long. We want to make sure everybody gets their box and they get the big surprise and they can do their unboxing. And then you can kind of see, well, you know, me signing some stuff, and we're going to talk a little bit about making the art and things like that. So it's always fun. Whenever my wife saw these boxes outside, and I was like, were you expecting anything from League of Legends? I was like, yes, I am. So we're going to look at these variants first. Be careful with this. So, like I said, these are the variant prints. These are a little bit more limited in nature. And they come very, very well shipped. Very well shipped. So I'm excited. Oh, I think I know which one they picked as the variant, which is cool because I made two different pieces of art. So I didn't know which one they would show as the variant, but now I think I do. So, that's cool. So we have Jinx and Vi from League of Legends, or Arcane, really. Arcane's the new hotness. So one of these, yeah, these prints turned out great. I wanted to use some really strong colors, but you'll notice down here, that's how many I get to sign. So this is number 100 out of 2,500. So while we're thinking about that, let me show you the amount of Sharpies that we have here. We just want to make sure that, you know, we got everything signed for everyone. We got some gold ones, we got the black ones, we got silver ones. You don't want to be in the middle of signing like 700 deep and then all of your markers run out. So we got those. And then I think, let's see, or that might actually not be the variant because the variants wouldn't be 2,500. I wonder. So the first time I ever worked with BAM Box, so we got each one of these. I want to say each one of these probably holds 500 in there, if that math adds up. So first time I ever worked with BAM Box, I got to do Mad Max, which is a dream come true. So is League of Legends. And the thing is, they sent me 8 boxes this size. I spent, how long was it, 3 days doing signing. It took a long time. Yeah, I don't want to open every box, but I want to make sure we see both art prints. But this is what I get to do. I'll sign 2,500 of these. We'll mail them out tomorrow. Normally this will take, since there's 2,500, that's more than I thought, but that'll, same moment. It's gonna be a let me try one of these. It'll probably be a 5-hour job. About 500 an hour, you know. Yeah, here's the other one. Okay. And then the second one, the one that they wanted a good look of Vi and Jinx, but then they also wanted kind of a battle scene. So we kind of went out of our comfort zone. I'm excited to see this one. Yeah. There we go. So that one is actually the variant, because that one is only limited to 500 that we have down there. But I wanted to use a lot of greens, a lot of colors I don't normally use. I like how this print turned out too. That's cool. I wanted to make sure you could see brushwork. I wanted to make sure you could see all of that in there. That is really nice. God, their printers are amazing. It's really cool. So yeah, off to, well, now 3,000 of them, I guess, if there's 2,500 plus 500. So 3,000 autographs. You're gonna see a little time lapse of a few of them. And yeah, and then we'll talk about kind of making the art and stuff like that. But a big shout out and a big thank you to Bambox. Third time working with them. Anytime they contact me, I drop whatever I'm doing and I work with them. I've been able to work with Mad Max and League of Legends and Urban Legend, the old 90s slasher deal. I'll put that art up here as well. Just a lot of fun. And another little side note, now my new 6 degrees of separation, you know how are these people connected? My Urban Legend art was in the same box as autographs of Nev Campbell. So now me and Nev Campbell are just one apart. We're big Scream fans, so it's a blast. But yeah, love League of Legends, love the opportunity. And I hope everybody that got the BAM Gamer Box loves the prints. I love making them. I love working with BAM. And yeah, there's many more to come, I have a feeling. So big shout out to BAM there in Austin, Texas. We're here in Waco, so you know, an hour and a half or so. Maybe I can make that drive, say hi to everybody. But yeah, let's get to signing 3,000 prints, and we will see you shortly. Guys, so signed 3,000 of those bad boys, and now we're off to deliver it. It's the 22nd, it's the day after. Signing took about, I don't know, 5.5 hours, which makes sense. That's a pretty good pace. So yeah, we were able to sign all those. We're gonna get them shipped back out to Bambox so all of the Bammers can get it out for their January box, and you know, before all the Christmas time shipping delays and all that fun stuff. But we're gonna take a little drive and then we're gonna drop them off, and yeah, let's be right back. Alright, so we shipped it off. We got our receipt here. So that big box that we saw, if you wanted to know, 31 pounds, 14 ounces. And then the smaller box was 6 pounds, 11 ounces. Unbelievable. So that's what, almost 40 pounds of autographs.
that we did in a day. But fun stuff. So we're gonna drive back home, and then what I'm actually gonna do is we're gonna go hop on the webcam, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the paintings themselves. I worked in a different style, and I want to kind of break down what I did, kind of what the theme was, what we discussed with art directors and stuff like that. So kind of give you a full spectrum on what it takes to make a BAM art print come to life. So yeah, let's drive home, let's buckle up, be safe, all that fun stuff, and we will see you all shortly. Deuces. So here we are, current day, February 18, 2022, and we're going to do a quick, just little kind of a tour overview. I'm going to give a few notes about making these prints. So here was the kind of the variant print right here where they made 500 of them, and here's the one that they made 2,500 of. So of course I put the watermarks and stuff here. BAM has exclusive rights to this for 5 years, I believe, and of course Riot does as well. But you know, and you get to see all the nice trademark stuff right here. But I just wanted to go over a few of the things that I wanted to keep in mind whenever I was making these. So these are going to be the ones that are going to be on my portfolio page at wesleygardner.com. But I want to show how large I was working on these. So whenever you make a print, or whenever you make, you know, whether it's art for like a trading card game or art prints or something like that, you make them considerably larger than they're going to appear. And what I mean by that is these print off at about 9 by 12, so 9 inches by 12 inches, and I make sure that they're at 300 dpi, dots per inch, or pixels per inch if you're talking a digital piece looking at it on a screen, but dots per inch whenever you send it to a printer. So this is basically would be 9 by 12, and of course the prints themselves don't have these watermarks here, they look more like this. But this was actually my working size that I was going with whenever I was painting. And I know it's really, really, really small, but if you see right here, I'll probably zoom in on it on the video itself. This is at 8%, maybe 9% zoom. And what that means is if I want to see what the real size of this is, whenever I zoom in, now we're at 100% size. So whenever I was working on the piece, this is the this is basically the size I was looking at. Yeah, kind of crazy. So a lot of it's kind of chaotic, but you can see the brushstroke sizes and things like that. Whenever you zoom all the way out though, like it's funny, if you look, okay, we're still at the 100%, it's hard to see, but there's this little red box up here. It's basically my viewport for what I'm able to see on my canvas. Look how tiny that is compared to the rest of this piece. See, so there's a lot going on. What I wanted was to make sure that it could read, that both of these could read at a very small size. So I wanted to make something that could read about this size. Like that's a, 1%. I wanted you to be able to see the blue of Jinx's hair and then the red of V's hair. Pretty prominent, pretty well. So we also used a lot of really bright colors, and we did the same thing here. Here's another, so the same thing. This is at the 8% size, but once you zoom in, you can really see kind of the texture and stuff that I wanted to put in. This one's a little more painterly, I think. It has more canvas textures. See how it kind of has more of the repetitious brush strokes and stuff like that, and like you can see some of them here. But then as you zoom out, hopefully what happens is it reads pretty smooth. And that's what we wanted. We wanted something a little chaotic. So the prompt for this is basically Arcane is a very big hit. It was a huge hit. Remember, this was in December, or no, this was actually in November whenever I got the prompt and got everything situated. And, within a week and a half, our turnaround time on BAM boxes are pretty fast just because we have to get art done, sent in, printed, shipped to me, autographed, shipped back, and then shipped from the warehouse in time to get into people's mailboxes in January. You know what I mean? Or I should say in February. Usually whenever you're working with a loot crate or, a BAM box or something similar, you get the month's box during the next month. So now that it's February, people are starting to get the January box. And sometimes it works a little faster than that. Sometimes you get that month's box in the last week. But because of shipping delays and stuff like that for this past box, I think they had some trouble getting some of the shipments of the pins, like the collector's pins that you can wear. I think they ran into some issues there. But everyone has them now, which is really cool. I always wait to reveal these before. That way the people that do subscribe to the box get the box, and they can enjoy it and kind of get that nice preliminary deal. And the cool thing is, these are all actually autographed. I know on the digital versions, I put my digital auto right here, but you saw me signing them, man. I signed 3,000 art prints. It's a lot of fun. I love working on this type of stuff. But yeah, Arcane was a big thing, November and December. And Riot and BAM wanted to work together to make something that featured Jinx and Vi, just because those are the two main characters of the show. But they still wanted it to read like League of Legends. So they wanted to do that bridge of, because if you don't know, Arcane is based on the game League of Legends from Riot Games. Very fun game, a game that I'm very bad at, but hey, it's fun. But wanted something that read a little more, I don't know, like family friendly. Arcane is a little bit more of a mature show. It has some kind of dark themes and dark thematic stuff, but it's really, really good. If you haven't watched it, I do highly recommend it. Even if you've never played League of Legends, I think if you're into kind of fantastical storytelling and good character drama and stuff, I think you're gonna like Arcane. But anyway, so working with the art director at BAM, so the way this works is I work with the art director at BAM primarily, and then they get the go-ahead from Riot to be able to use the license, to be able to find the artist, to be able to do stuff like that. So they don't do a ton of oversight at Riot Games. However, they do make sure that it fits. They make sure that it fits the brand, that it's not showing their IP in a bad light, that they get somebody that they value the work of. And then BAM, overall, their art directors and their art team, and they have a full art team, which are really good. They get the full oversight from the art director at Riot, who then makes the call for the art direction at BAM, who then makes the call for the art direction to the artist. So yeah, it's like 3 or 4 steps removed. However, it's always a blast whenever BAM calls me, because they're like, hey, we have some ideas and we talked with Riot and we think this would be cool. Are you interested? Absolutely. So some behind the scenes stuff. I was actually supposed to do, or I say supposed to do, but I was offered first to do art for Hereditary, which is one of my favorite horror films. But they had already asked an artist who was already commissioned, and they already kind of figured that out. But they sent both emails out at the same time, and we both said yes, but they said yes a little earlier. So they had that one figured out. But I was like, oh man, Hereditary, dang, that would be a cool one, because I had some ideas for it. And they're like, oh, well, we actually were also working with, are you familiar with Riot Games? And then I like spit out my drink. It's like, that's bucket list stuff, man. Working with a Riot Games property, working with that team, and it's fun. I actually have a good friend that works at Riot Games now. I believe he's one of the, he worked QA, but he's also one of the tech leads, I think. And so shout out to Justin working there. But it's such a funny small world, because, you know, any fantasy artist, any artist that's kind of a geek and a nerd, Riot Games is on your list. It's on your bucket list. They have Valorant, they have League of Legends, they have Legends of Runeterra. Now I think they have some other games in the works that have not been talked about, but some things in circles going around, and anyway, that's neither here nor there. But a ton of fun to do this. So yeah, I'm trying to think of kind of what to talk about. Basically, the way it works is you get the art prompt, you send in some thumbnails, you send in some kind of work in progress shots. The art directors look it over, pick the one that they like the best, and then you just keep them in the loop and updated as you're creating. And this one was pretty seamless. I actually worked in a style I don't normally work in. I wanted to bridge the gap of the more realistic stuff. Like, let me bring up one of my more recent pieces. This is one I did last night. Or like the night before, I think. So a little bit more kind of realistic, but you can still see kind of the, canvasy stuff. And I'm kind of going more this route, kind of inspired by Velasquez and some of the, more prominent kind of Baroque era artists, trying to go that route a little bit. But this was kind of the start of that, actually. So I wanted to use real loud colors. I wanted it to pop. But you'll see that a lot of my rendering, instead of thick brushstroke stuff, it's actually fairly smooth comparatively. And I liked working this way because it was different, and like some of the skin tone and stuff, you can still see some of the brushstrokes like up here in the hair, just kind of that impressionistic deal. The same thing for the big gauntlet right here that V is wearing, but and some cool like special effects type brushes. But I'm working a little smoother lately, and I think it's a lot of fun. It is something different. It is it's different problems to solve, right? But you can still kind of see that same thing here on this pirate stuff. But this kind of kick-started that new workflow. So if you've been noticing some of my newer art and kind of even landscape stuff, it's a little smoother in its execution. This is why. I did this for Riot. I did this to kind of mimic their splash art style. However, I'm not nearly that good, so I needed to integrate some of what I was decent at into what they are decent at. And it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, and I'm actually in contact now directly with Riot Games because of this. So really cool, man. You never know what opportunities are going to come up. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick sneak peek at some of this, be able to zoom, kind of look at some of these. Really fun, really interesting project. Hope to do it again soon. But yeah, hopefully you had a lot of fun just kind of seeing behind the scenes, seeing some of, just the minutia and the day-to-day of what being a freelance artist is like. You never know what kind of day you're going to have. So one day you could be doing art direction and concept art for like a new game. And then, the next day you're signing autographs of your art prints you did a month ago. You know what I mean? Like, it's surreal. But hopefully you guys have a fantastic week. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you've played League of Legends, if you watched Arcane. But yeah, big congratulations to everybody that got one of these art prints in the BAM Gamer Box for January. And yeah, go check out BAMBox, thebambox.com. I'll have a link in the description. Tell them Wes sent you. And there's something for everybody. There's anime, like scary movies, a geek box, comic books, kind of whatever you're into. You always get a signed art print by an amazing artist. You get celebrity autographs that are like Beckett certified. You get really cool trinkets and like Funko Pops and stuff like that. So really cool stuff. If you're into the collector's scene, definitely check out BAMBox. But that's my time for this week. You guys take care. It's always a pleasure. And we're going to be back next week with something a little crazy and a little fun to be able to level up your art. But until then, take care. Peace.